Have you ever wondered why, despite knowing that certain habits are bad for us, we continue to do them? Whether it's procrastinating, eating junk food, or staying up too late, these habits can be hard to break. This video explores the psychology behind why we hold on to bad habits and offers insights into how we can start changing them. Let's dive into the fascinating reasons that keep us stuck in our old ways and discover how to move forward. 1. The comfort of routine. We stick to unhealthy habits primarily because they are comfortable for us. Our minds are accustomed to regularity. Repetitively performing the same task fosters consistency and predictability. Because of this, habits, whether positive or negative, harden over time. It could be challenging to quit the habit if, for instance, you always reach for a snack while you watch TV, since your brain will begin to equate watching TV with eating. Moreover, routines offer stability in our chaotic lives. When we face uncertainties or stress, falling back into familiar habits can provide a sense of security. This comfort can make it extremely difficult to disrupt established patterns, even when we know they aren't good for us. 2. Instant gratification. Bad habits often provide immediate rewards. Think about how satisfying it feels to check your phone for notifications, even if it means you're procrastinating on important work. This instant gratification releases dopamine, a feel-good chemical in the brain, reinforcing the behavior and making it more likely you'll do it again. The short-term pleasure can overshadow the long-term negative consequences. For example, eating a sugary snack gives you an immediate energy boost and a pleasurable taste experience, which can make you forget about the long-term health risks like weight gain and diabetes. Our brains are wired to seek out these quick rewards, which is why breaking bad habits can be so challenging. 3. Stress and emotional triggers. Many bad habits are a way to cope with stress and emotions. When we're feeling anxious, bored, or sad, we might turn to comfort foods, smoking, or other unhealthy behaviors as a way to soothe ourselves. These habits provide a temporary escape from our feelings, even though they don't solve the underlying problems. For instance, stress eating can momentarily make us feel better, but it doesn't address the root cause of our stress. Over time, this can lead to a cycle of emotional eating, where we rely on food to manage our emotions, further entrenching the bad habit. 4. Social influences. Our environment and the people around us can heavily influence our habits. If your friends or family have certain habits, you might find yourself adopting them too. Social norms and peer pressure can make it challenging to break away from behaviors that are considered acceptable or even encouraged within your social circle. For example, if everyone around you smokes, you might feel compelled to smoke as well, even if you know it's bad for your health. Social interactions often reinforce our habits, making it difficult to change them without also changing our social environment. 5. Lack of awareness. Sometimes, we continue bad habits simply because we're not fully aware of how harmful they are. This lack of awareness can stem from downplaying the risks or not seeing immediate negative effects. For instance, you might not realize how much your nightly screen time is affecting your sleep until you experience long-term fatigue and health issues. Additionally, some habits might seem harmless at first but can have cumulative negative effects over time. It's easy to overlook the gradual impact of these habits until they start to significantly affect our well-being. 6. Fear of change. Change can be daunting. The uncertainty and effort required to break a habit can make us hesitant to even try. We might fear failure or worry about how we'll cope without our usual routines. This fear can keep us stuck, even when we know that change would be beneficial. For instance, the thought of discovering a different way to decompress can be daunting if you're used to ending your evenings with a few drinks. We can get immobilized by our dread of the unexpected, which makes it simpler to maintain bad but accustomed routines. 7. The role of cognitive dissonance. When we act in a way that is inconsistent with our ideals or possess two opposing views, we experience cognitive dissonance, a discomforting mental state. Cognitive dissonance occurs when we know a habit is harmful yet nonetheless engage in it. We may use excuses like "one more won't hurt" or "I can quit anytime" to lessen this discomfort and rationalize our actions. This mental gymnastics allows us to maintain our bad habits without feeling as guilty about them, creating a barrier to meaningful change. 8. The habit loop. A cue, a routine, and a reward make up the habit loop, which is the mechanism by which habits develop. For instance, you might eat a chocolate bar, routine, in response to stress, cue, since it relieves your tension, reward. Over time, this loop makes the habit automatic by reinforcing it. Breaking negative habits requires an understanding of the habit cycle. Finding the signs and rewards connected to your behaviors will help you work toward implementing a healthy routine. The first step in breaking unhealthy behaviors is realizing why we continue to do them. We can start addressing the underlying causes of our behaviors by acknowledging the comfort of routine, the allure of rapid pleasure, and the effect of our surroundings. It's critical that we have compassion and patience for ourselves as we strive to adopt healthy behaviors. Recall that every little step matters and that change is possible. As you reflect on your own habits, consider what triggers them and how you can start making positive changes. Whether it's seeking support from friends and family, setting achievable goals, or finding healthier ways to cope with stress, there are many strategies to help you on your journey. Embrace the challenge, and you'll find that breaking free from bad habits is not only possible but incredibly rewarding. Gaining insight into the psychology underlying our actions gives us the power to reclaim our habits and lead happier, healthier lives. Change is therefore achievable, so keep that in mind the next time you find yourself putting off finishing a chore or grabbing for an additional cookie. By exercising patience, perseverance, and self-awareness, you may break free from your negative habits and build a better future for yourself. Thank you for watching. Share your experiences and tips in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you.